This is Isaac Romero, and today we're going to be solving quadratic equations with complex solutions. So here we have x squared plus 6x plus 16. So we're going to use this formula to solve this complex solution. So we're going to write b, negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c all over 2 times a. So here we're going to identify a, b, and c. So a is going to equal 1. This will be b, and this will be c. b will equal 6, and c will equal 16. So here we're going to plug this into the quadratic formula. So we're going to have negative 6 plus or minus the square root of 6 squared minus 4 times 1 times 16 all over 2 times 1. Now we're just going to factor factor this. So it'll be negative 6 plus or minus the square root of 36. So we know 16 times 1 will give us 16 times negative 4 will give us negative 64. And 36 minus 64 will give us 28, negative 28. All over 2. So now we're going to factor this into its imaginary components. So we're going to have negative 6 plus or minus. And we need to find a number that factors this. That's a perfect square. So 4 times 7, 4 is a perfect square, would go into this. So 4 times 7 times negative 1, which would be I, which is the imaginary number, so that's why this would be negative. So we have 4. And we're going to be dividing this by 2. And so 2 would be a factor of this. So 2 or 7, I, and negative 1 will turn into I. So negative 6 plus or minus divided by 2. So negative 6 divided by 2 will give us negative 6 plus or minus 2 7i. So after we divide this by 2, it will give us negative 3 plus the square root of 7i. And we'll have negative 3 minus the square root of 7i. And this will be our imaginary solutions.